In the heart of East Africa, winding between Kenya's legendary Masai Mara ecosystem and the boundless plains of Tanzania's Serengeti, runs a river that evokes both awe and dread, the relentless Mara River. At first glance, its waters seem calm, mirroring the sky and the vast stretch of savanna. Yet beneath that serene surface lies a realm of pure danger. Every year, countless animals are driven to confront one of the most feared trials of the wild, crossing the river to continue their migration, urged on by the fundamental instinct to survive. But along the Mara, nothing is assured. Beneath the currents, silent predators lurk motionless, patient, poised to strike at the perfect moment. Here, a single misstep can determine fate. Each splash may ignite a desperate fight for life. Every crossing becomes an ancient ritual of bravery, instinct, and sheer endurance. For in this river, death is never far. It hides beneath the water unseen, lethal, and always waiting. With the first light of morning, the sun washes the plains in a soft, golden glow that shimmers across the dew-lit grass. Countless species move tirelessly through this landscape, driven by ancient instincts that push them to seek fresh grazing grounds after the rains. Yet this seemingly peaceful expanse is also a battlefield for survival, where a single misstep can be fatal. Across the open land, a reddish cloud of dust rises beneath the hooves of thousands of zebras. Each year, they travel more than 800 kilometers on a demanding migration that takes them through Tanzania and Kenya toward the north, where the Mara River slices through the savanna like a dangerous natural scar. These animals, often over 2 meters long and weighing up to 300 kilograms, bear their iconic striped coats, a pattern that is far more than decoration. The stripes help regulate body temperature under the harsh sun, create optical illusions that confuse predators, and lessen attacks from blood-feeding insects. No two zebras share the same arrangement of stripes, a trait that allows foals to identify their mothers among the milling herd. Being herbivores, they lack claws or sharp fangs. Instead, their greatest defenses are speed and the powerful kicks of their hind legs, strong enough to break a lion's bones. They move in sizable social units, usually composed of one dominant male, several females, and their offspring. The collective strength of the group forms a living shield against predators such as lions, crocodiles, hyenas, and wild dogs, all of which stalk them relentlessly. A zebra's pregnancy lasts between 12 and 13 months, and typically only one foal is born. Within minutes of arriving into the world, the newborn can already stand and run beside its mother, a vital skill in the unforgiving wild. Even so, less than half survive their first year, a stark reminder of the harshness of their environment. And so, like a flowing river of black and white, the herd continues its steady march across the sun-scorched savanna, inching closer to the north. But the most perilous part of their journey still lies ahead, the Mara River, where, beneath the murky waters, death waits in silence unseen, unwavering, and deadly. The surface of the Mara River lies eerily still, yet beneath it drift massive, shifting silhouettes. A crocodile master of the ambush waits motionless, just meters from the herd of zebras, its cold yellow eyes barely breaking the surface. As unmoving as carved stone, these ancient predators bide their time, watching for a single moment of weakness. Then, the zebras surge into the river. Water erupts in a violent splash as the colossal crocodile lunges forward, rising from the depths like a living nightmare. The herd sprints desperately toward the opposite bank, leaving behind churning water stained with dust and red foam. But the struggle lasts only seconds in the endless existence of these ambushes. Beneath the apparently calm ripples, the dark shape slips back into the current, silent patient, waiting for its next chance. At countless river crossings, it is rare for prey to escape the crocodile's iron jaws. These ancient rulers of the Mara have remained nearly unchanged for more than 200 million years, haunting the waters and striking fear into every herd that dares to cross. An adult crocodile can exceed 5 meters in length and weigh over 700 kilograms. Its body is shielded by thick, armor-like scales, and its golden eyes gleam even in murky water. Its jaws can clamp shut with a bite force of more than 2,000 kilograms, the strongest in the animal kingdom, powerful enough to crush bone and hold victims in an inescapable grip. Crocodiles are unrivaled masters of stealth. They can remain almost completely still for hours, drifting like a rotting log in the current. But the moment an opportunity appears, their immense muscles release in a lightning-fast burst. In a single strike, steel-hard teeth clamp onto their target and drag it to the riverbed. Once the prey is secured, the predator twists in a deadly spin, tearing flesh in the blood-stained water. Remarkably, crocodiles can go months without eating thanks to their slow metabolism. Their eyes and ears are specially adapted to detect both movement and sound, even while nearly their entire body remains submerged. This makes the Mara an ideal hunting ground during the migration season. During breeding time, the females dig sandy nests along the riverbanks, laying between 25 and 80 eggs. They guard the nest for months, and when the hatchlings emerge, the mother gently gathers each one in her jaws and carries it to the safety of the water. Yet only a few will survive to adulthood. Predators such as other crocodiles, raptors, and giant monitor lizards claim many young lives. Once grown, however, Nile crocodiles have almost no natural enemies except for massive, aggressive hippos that may kill them in territorial clashes. Most of the time, though, these reptiles remain as they have for millions of years, silent, motionless, ghost-like hunters lying in wait at the heart of the Mara. The zebra herd that had crossed the river the day before gathered with their heads lowered, nibbling at the soft green grass as if seeking a moment of peace after their brutal trial between life and death. But the calm was little more than a fragile shell. In the tall grass farther away, golden shapes had been watching since yesterday. A lion master of quiet persistence tracked every movement of the herd without a sound. Tension began to coil through the air once more. Only a few dozen meters separated predator and prey. Then, in perfect harmony, the lionesses burst from their cover. A single zebra fell, its long journey ending in an instant. Its death meant life for others. The pride gathered quickly around the kill. The adults ate first, tearing into the fresh meat. The cubs approached hesitantly, taking their first lesson in the harsh order of the food chain. From a distance came the eerie laughter of hyenas. Their glowing eyes circled the feast in the fading light, waiting patiently for their turn. Within hours, the zebra's body would be gone, leaving behind only a bare white skeleton, a stark reminder of the savanna's unforgiving nature. Soon, the cycle of migration would begin again, bringing new trials and new dangers. Such is the law of the wildlife, and death forever intertwined. The zebra, its timeless stripes etched upon its body, becomes a symbol of resilience, representing the wanderers who never stop moving across the untamed plains. As the evening sun sinks toward the horizon, the heat of the savannah slowly fades, and the pride withdraws to the banks of the Mara River to rest after the hunt. Under the soft yellow light of dusk, their social nature becomes more visible than ever. The cubs, still carrying faint spots on their coats, tumble and leap around their mothers' playful games that are, in truth, their earliest lessons in survival. A lioness gently grooms the dust from her cub's fur, her eyes alert, yet glowing with a tenderness rarely attributed to a predator. Not far away, a pair of adult lions rub their manes and bodies together in quiet intimacy. The gesture is more than affection. It is a bond that keeps the pride united in a world filled with constant threats. In these rare moments of calm, the fearsome rulers of the savannah resemble a family more than fearsome hunters. Here, strength is not measured only by claws or the power of an attack, but by loyalty, protection, and the deep connection shared among them. It is this unity, this unwavering sense of belonging that has made lions one of the most successful and majestic predators to walk the earth. In the Mara River, where danger is ever present, the lethal jaws of crocodiles are not the only threat lurking beneath the surface. This is also the domain of another giant, the hippopotamus, often called the silent lord of Africa's waterways. From within the murky currents, a massive dark shape emerged. Its reddish eyes glowed in the fading light as it watched the lion Pride approaching the riverbank. Lions, the rulers of the land, hippos, the sovereigns of the river, two worlds, two forces, meeting at a fragile boundary between life and death. Then the confrontation erupted. The clash was fierce, explosive, and brief, ending without a clear victor. Yet along this violent stretch of river, no one doubts that with bone-crushing jaws and an unpredictable temper, hippos remain the unquestioned masters of the Mara. Stretching nearly 4 meters in length and wrapped in a barrel-shaped body protected by 5 centimeters of thick skin, hippos may appear sluggish, but they harbor immense power. Their jaws can open nearly 180 degrees, exposing half-meter tusks capable of delivering a bite far stronger than a lion's, powerful enough to shatter bones in a single strike. Despite their bulk, they can sprint across land at speeds up to 30 km/h and stay submerged for 4 to 5 minutes, making them formidable guardians of their territory. Unlike lions or crocodiles, hippos are not hunters. They feed mainly on grasses, leaving the river each night to graze on as much as 40 kilograms of vegetation. Even so, their aggressive nature and fierce territorial instincts make them one of Africa's most dangerous animals. Any creature, be it crocodile or lion, that dares to trespass into their domain risks paying a brutal price. During their breeding cycle, female hippos carry their young for about 8 months and usually give birth in the water. A newborn calf weighs nearly 40 kilograms, can swim immediately, and often nurses underwater. From the moment it enters the world, it is sheltered within the protective circle of its mother and the tightly bonded herd, social groups that can number dozens of individuals. Most conflicts among hippos end with one rival backing down, allowing these giants to maintain their rule over the murky river. Fierce and nearly invincible, adult hippos are seldom threatened. Still, they are not entirely safe from enormous crocodiles or reckless lions, whose rare attacks usually target the calves. And it is in these vulnerable youngsters that the illusion of absolute power reveals its most fatal weakness. One such calf had just followed its mother into the river, still unaware of the many lessons needed to survive, when a massive shadow rose from the depths. The water exploded into chaos, but the story did not end there. From the bottom of the river, the mother hippo erupted in a fury that turned the Mara into a battlefield. She charged straight at the crocodile. Moments later, the reptile's lifeless body drifted in the muddy current. The mother lifted her head, eyes glowing red in the fading light, a living testament to the power and sanctity of maternal love in the Mara. In this river of death, strength does not come only from claws or muscle, but also from the relentless force of a mother's devotion. It is this very instinct that has made the seemingly gentle, herbivorous hippo a creature that defies the usual rules of survival. On this day in the Mara, the predator bowed before the wrath of a mother. The sun dipped behind the Serengeti, staining the turbulent river in deep red. Here, life and death forever walk side by side. This is nature's unending law. Every life that falls sustains another. And thus, the harsh cycle continues without end. If this journey through the untamed heart of the Mara River has moved you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel, Hidden Planet TV. Hunt or be hunted, this is the brutal law of survival in Botswana. Set in the heart of southern Africa, Botswana stretches across the landscape like a raw gem embedded in the vast desert. It is a land where primal life still thrives, where nature remains wild and untamed, untouched by the passage of time. Every corner of this country is its own world, where life and death walk side by side at every moment. It is home to countless species, and at the same time, an unforgiving battlefield. Across these endless golden plains, a low, muscular figure approaches with slow, deliberate steps. Its mottled coat looks like splattered paint, and its large, rounded ears stand upright like living radar dishes. This is the African wild dog, the most relentless predator on the continent. Their beauty is striking coats patterned with black, yellow, and white patches. Long, lean legs built for endurance, white-tipped tails waving like signals. And those oversized ears, perfect for detecting the faintest sound and releasing heat under the scorching sun. African wild dogs favor prey that can challenge them fast, agile, but not too large to overpower. In their world, impalas are the ideal quarry. Their speed and quick reflexes transform every hunt into a test of stamina and strategy. Today, the pack has found a rare opportunity. A faint sound, carried by the wind, draws their attention. Every alert gaze turns toward a distant point on the endless golden horizon. There, a herd of impalas grazes peacefully on fresh grass. Their slender bodies glow with reddish-brown fur. Their bellies are pale and smooth, and the black stripes curving along their hips look like delicate carvings of nature. The proud males stand tall, with crescent-shaped horns nearly a meter long, both weapons and symbols of strength. The impalas move rhythmically, ears twitching, eyes sharp, yet still calm, as if unaware of the shadow of death slowly closing in. Across the plain, the wild dog pack advances, legs glide silently over the dry grass. Their mottled bodies blend seamlessly into the earth and sunlight. They make no sound, waiting with unwavering patience. Each member holds its position, eyes locked on the target, breathing slow and measured, like an invisible trap tightening around the herd. Then, a silent signal flashes in the leader's eyes. The air thickens. The pack explodes forward. In only a few breathless minutes, the impala lies still. And on the plains of Botswana, another story of survival reaches its inevitable end, swift, harsh, and uncompromising. In another corner of the savannah, high above the plains, a troop of vervet monkeys darted across the canopy of tall acacia trees. Their silver-gray coats shimmered under the sunlight, and their black faces, framed by crisp white fur, held sharp, restless eyes that scanned constantly for danger. They were not the preferred prey of wild dogs, yet they lived in a state of permanent vigilance. In Botswana, survival leaves no room for complacency. When the wild dogs finished feasting, the pack drifted away from the battlefield. Their deep footprints in the dry earth marked the beginning of a new chapter. The mating season had arrived. This is when males clash fiercely for access to females, bouts of growls and rapid confrontations echoing across the plains. After these trials, the victorious male earns the right to mate. Following a competitive mating period, the dominant female becomes pregnant. After roughly 70 days, she gives birth to tiny, velvety pups who open their eyes to the world for the very first time. The entire pack helps raise them. Females take turns guarding, nursing, and teaching the youngsters to hunt, even when they are only a few weeks old. But the childhood of a wild dog hangs by a thread. Danger is always lurking, waiting for the slightest chance to strike. As the weeks pass, the pups grow stronger, gradually shadowing the adults and learning step by step how to track, chase, and kill. Meanwhile, the adult pack prepares to return to its den on the open plains. One day, beneath the blazing sun, the wild dogs move steadily through the yellow grass, each quiet step releasing the scent of warm soil. But this time, their path is blocked by a small but formidable warrior. The pups remain at a distance, watching every subtle move of the adults. From the opposite direction strides a compact yet commanding figure, the honey badger. The notoriously stubborn creature advances with slow, swaggering steps, its short shadow bobbing along beside it. A solitary hunter, it is known for confronting opponents far larger than itself. Fear is a concept it does not recognize. Under the scorching light, the wild dog pack fans out, tightening the circle with each calculated step. Their eyes remain fixed on the strange little intruder. White teeth gleam, capable of delivering a bite force of up to 300 psi, strong enough to cripple many foes. The honey badger appears defenseless. The air grows thick. Suddenly, the entire pack charges. For several tense minutes, they battle the thick-skinned fighter, but it is all for nothing. The confrontation ends in an unexpected twist. Frustrated, the wild dogs relent and retreat in silence. In Botswana's unforgiving wilderness, even the smallest creature can shake the confidence of the most skilled predators. With its proud, unbothered gait, the honey badger disappears into the brush as if no one had ever dared to challenge it. Small as it may be, it carries the spirit of an unbreakable warrior. Its sturdy frame, two-toned coarse fur, and nearly 6mm thick hide grant it remarkable resistance to bites and even venom. Honey badgers typically roam alone or in pairs, tirelessly crossing Botswana's savannas and wetlands. They mate throughout the year, usually without the fierce competition seen in other species. After a gestation of 6 to 8 weeks, the female gives birth to 1 or 2 young. Life for the honey badger is a perpetual trial. Its diet spans from insects and rodents to venomous snakes, prey that few other animals dare to face. After its tense standoff with a pack of wild dogs, hunger soon returns, driving it back into the open in search of its next meal. But what seemed like a routine hunt is suddenly disrupted. Ahead of it, a large, elegant shadow glides closer, a leopard, its golden coat marked with dark rosettes. Sleek, yet packed with explosive strength. It is renowned for approaching prey with ghost-like silence before unleashing a lightning-fast strike. The air feels heavy. A low leopard growl slices through the stillness. The honey badger, however, holds its ground with the same bold posture it wore after outlasting the wild dogs, as if its earlier victory still fuels its confidence. The leopard leans forward, body angled, stepping so lightly it seems to float over the grass. The honey badger keeps swaggering ahead, its sharp gaze locked on the newcomer, defiant as ever. Without warning, the leopard lunges. For a moment, it seems poised to win, yet honey badgers are never truly alone. The odds shift, and the leopard chooses to withdraw from the unfavorable encounter. Only when it slips back into the tall grass do calm and silence return. Once more, the small but indomitable creature prevails on the harsh savanna. As the seasons shift, the grasslands transform, signaling the beginning of the leopard's mating period. During this time, Males clash fiercely, defending every patch of ground and displaying their agility and strength in hopes of catching the attention of a potential mate. For females, the breeding season marks the start of an even more demanding journey. After selecting a partner, they enter a gestation period of roughly 3.5 months. When the time comes, they give birth to a small litter, just a few cubs, beginning a solitary chapter of motherhood in a world full of threats. Months pass, and the leopard cubs are born. From then on, their mother no longer hunts solely for herself. The constant hunger of her young forces her to take greater risks and pursue larger prey. Leopards are masters of solitary hunting, relying on stealth and explosive speed to bring down their targets. Yet when faced with the strength of a united pack, that solitude becomes a trial of survival. Fate intervenes one day on the warm, humid plains of Botswana, when she detects a scent carried on the breeze, one she knows all too well. The scent of a pack, the scent of life itself. At that moment, a group of African wild dogs is enjoying a rare pause, resting after earlier conflicts and hunting with weary determination. None of them notice the dark silhouette advancing silently from the bushes, blending into the vegetation with every calculated step. The leopard freezes, her intense yellow eyes locked on her target. A playful pup wanders a short distance from the group, blissfully unaware of the deadly shadow watching him. Then, the leopard strikes swift, silent, decisive. But the moment a single member falls, the entire pack erupts. Furious wild dogs surge forward, answering the attack with unified aggression. The clash is brief and brutal. Realizing she is outmatched, the leopard retreats, leaving behind the opportunity she had risked so much to seize. Barks echo across the plain until the intruder disappears entirely. In unforgiving Botswana, strength alone does not guarantee victory. The leopard returns empty-handed, while the wild dogs, though they lose one of their own, manage to protect their young. Here, life is always paid for with sacrifice. Our journey through the unforgiving waters of the Mara River and across the sweeping plains of Botswana has unveiled a world where wildlife lives on the edge every second. In these untamed landscapes, every step, every crossing, and every choice can decide whether a creature endures one day longer or vanishes quietly beneath the oldest laws of the natural world. Along the Mara, the river becomes a merciless boundary where courage is often written in blood. Beneath its murky surface, unseen predators lie in wait, reminding us that in nature, every opportunity comes with a cost. In Botswana, wetlands and sprawling grasslands turn into a vast arena of strategy chases, ambushes, resilience, an instinct where predators and prey engage in an endless contest with no room for hesitation. Here, survival is never guaranteed. It is a battle earned through instinct, strength, intelligence, and an unshakable will to live. Yet beyond the raw intensity of these wild realms lies a deeper truth, even in its harshest form. Life remains a miracle worth defending. Protecting these ecosystems and the creatures that inhabit them ensures that this extraordinary cycle of struggle, adaptation, and beauty continues for generations to come. If this journey into the heart of Africa moved you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can keep exploring with us the wildest landscapes, the most authentic stories, and the hidden wonders of the animal kingdom. Join Hidden Planet TV and let the adventure continue.